Welcome back to your carrier update brought to you by Power Fleet. It's round two. Joining me right now is Mr. Donnie Gilbert. Donnie, what are we looking at for this second?
Let's talk about diesel. So I've got a chart brought up here. I've got two things brought up. Number one, the blue line, this is the DOE national average price per gallon, national average across the nation. This is what a lot of shippers and a lot of your big carriers, or a lot of your carriers, brokers, whatever, use to base their fuel surcharge on, is the average DOE for this week. This week, $5.61 per gallon. The pink line down here, fuchsia, this is ultra low sulfur diesel, the rack price. This is our wholesale right here. So I've got pretty much retail and wholesale that we're comparing together here. Both lines are very important. Again, this is what fuel surcharges are based on, and this is what the wholesale price is. You see wholesale prices coming down here, but you do not see the average cost of diesel at the fuel pumps coming down. Why? A lot of volatility in the diesel rates right now. The owners of the stations are very nervous about fuel prices, and they're keeping the rates high right now. They're afraid if they push the rates down, then their wholesale cost is going to go back up. So you're going to see a pretty good of a spread right here. Now, what's also interesting here is this blue line. This is what your owner-operators and small fleets are paying for diesel on average. This is what your big fleets are paying for diesel. So as this starts to drop down and continue to go down, your big fleets that have fuel contracts, they're seeing a little bit of a relief in fuel prices as the wholesale price goes down because they pay wholesale rates through companies such as Pilot Flying J.
So you could potentially even profit off of this spread if the change is big enough.
Yes, exactly. You know, when the DOE continues to stay high and they get the, you know, this is what they're charging their shippers, but their actual wholesale is going down, they could in return make a profit off just the fuel.
Oh, wow. Is this looking like a situation nationwide as well, or are there still any pockets of concentration we need to be aware of?
Like I say, so far this is just an average price. There's still a lot of issues across the nation, especially the Northeast and the West Coast with fuel prices, almost $7 a gallon. But you know, it just kind of shows an unfair advantage that these larger fleets may have, which will save them, save on expenses. Diesel fuel and driver payroll are number one, number two expenses when they're running these trucks. So they're going to get a relief, but your small trucks and owner operators will not get a relief, and that could be leading us into our bloodbath. Let's jump into the next chart here. This is what we're talking about, West Coast, East Coast. You see here, a lot of this area right around through here in the Gulf Coast here, you'll see this be lighter colors. These are where normally your cheaper areas are for diesel fuel. As the further you get away, these rates go up. It's basically the cost of shipping it out there, etc. But as you see, Northeast, West Coast, it gets a lot darker. Pop over here to my next chart and I'll kind of show you some of these rates that we are. We were looking at DOE, now I'm looking at DTS. I like DTS because you can break it down by market. It looks like up here, San Francisco and Buffalo I threw up here at the very top, they're competing for the highest prices in the country for diesel right now. East Coast and West Coast. $6.65, $6.36, that's absolutely ridiculous, but that's what the rates are going at right now. You can see right now, kind of clustered around here, I've got Atlanta, Chicago, Atlanta, Chicago, and Dallas. They're right here, $5.20 to $5.30. And that's where we're seeing a lot of our fuel stations at right now. Still well over $5 a gallon. But as a carrier, you can use our DTS index and break these down by the markets, what markets you're operating in, and see what the best markets are to buy your fuel, the cheapest places. Because right now, you need to be watching your fuel charges.
Final quick question here, we have a little bit of time left, is looking at these places in New York and California, especially the Northeast, is there a breaking point? If we reach a certain area, when, is that even predictable at this moment?
No, because of all the, California has a lot of laws they've enforced that's really hurt the sale of diesel fuel, increase the price of diesel fuel on that end. The Northeast, y'all have talked about it before, with the shipping and that finally catching up with the boats competing for diesel fuel as well, and some of the factories that have been shut down. So they've caused their own problems. There's no relief in sight. You'll see rates in those areas for moving freight a lot higher, $5 a mile plus we looked at the other day from Baltimore up to Boston. And those rates are going to continue to grow, and the consumers are going to be the ones who eventually pay for it.
Pain at the pump and pain in the grocery store. I like it.
Yep. And the products that they buy, everything's shipped by truck. The products they buy, those prices will increase as well.
Well, I like it. Well, we're going to keep a quick eye. Going to toss it back over to Kaylee and Anthony real quick. Thanks so much, Donnie. And we've got an interview coming up.